Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Kelly Telly. Just going to have a short introductory video today on the new topic, making waves. So let's have a look at what making waves is about. So there are 6 main topics that we're going to be looking at in making waves, which sounds like a lot, but I'm going to break it down for you now, and it's actually not too bad. So the first one is heat and temperature. So heat and temperature involves us looking at the interaction of particles with the particle theory, which we'll get into at some point, and how heat and temperature relate to each other. They are not the same thing as some of you may think. Another topic we're going to be looking at is sound. So sound, we're going to be looking at sound waves and how sound transfers from one place to another, and also into the different, how it is absorbed or repelled by different objects. We're going to talk about sonar as well. And that. We're also going to talk about light and how lights travel. So both sound and light, we're going to be looking at mainly their waves and the 2 different types of waves. Some of you already know what that is, but we're going to get into that in a little bit later. Light, so we're going to look at the way light travels, the speed of light, things like that. We're just going to learn about electricity. Electricity is another form of energy that we're looking at here, and basically it's how we obviously power everything, and the computer screen you're looking at right now is also powered by electricity, and we're going to be getting to talk about that in a lot more detail. Finally, we're going to be talking about the electromagnetic spectrum. So this obviously relates to light and wavelength. It actually also relates a little bit to the radiation we were talking about last term. We're going to touch on that. So we're going to get through all of this. I know it sounds like a lot, but when we get to actually studying it, you'll realize it's not as difficult as you think. We're going to go into the areas of that you might not be super confident on, so like the types of waves and the electromagnetic spectrum in a bit more detail. So it'll be easy to understand, I think. All right, so what parts of the textbook covers? So the information we will learn this term will be split into 2 parts, basically. The first part is located in chapter 3 of your textbook, and it's basically a 1 unit per category here: heat, light, and sound. So we're going to be looking at each of those, and that's what we're going to start with. We're going to start off with heat. The second part involves the electromagnetic radiation or electromagnetic spectrum and electrical energy, and is spread over chapter 4 and 5. So I know that's one more chapter that we did last term, but we'll not be using all of chapter 4 and 5. So when we get up to it, I'll let you know what we need and what we don't need in terms of studying. Now, it is important that you do follow my instructions when I tell you what we will be doing and what you don't, because I don't want you to get confused and have a bit more knowledge than you need necessarily for your exam, although it's never bad to know more. Okay, so last thing I wanted to show you here is a schedule. So it is confirmed from what I understand that the first 2 weeks of this term are to be online. So I'm just prepared a little schedule here to go through what we're going to be doing on each of the days. First thing I want to get off, what I want you guys to know is that this schedule could change at any moment. So obviously we may go to school next week. We may go to school in 3 weeks. I'm not too sure. I'm just letting you know what I currently know, and that's we will be back at school. Sorry, that we at least have the first 2 weeks online. I don't want you to go ahead and kind of complete the things here. I have let you know it so that you have a bit of an idea what you're doing. So if you want to do some pre-reading, that's fine. But please don't put anything in your book or start the reviews and stuff, because I have some. I want to give you certain questions, and I want to let you know. So let's just go through it quickly. So today. You are looking at this video, and you're also looking at, we're going to have a look at the chapter 3 glossary. I'll write that in the assessment that the homework that I put up for you to do today. Yesterday you did your title page. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about the particle theory. I'll explain what that is if you don't know what that is. We're going to talk about heat and temperature on Thursday. Finally, on Friday, we're going to do some heat transfer. Now, in week 2, we're going to look at the Unit 3.1 review, just do a few questions from that. And on Tuesday, we're going to look at the types of waves. Now, this is why I don't want you to maybe go ahead, because this might take 2 videos. I'm not too sure yet. I'm thinking about it. Nevertheless, we'll continue talking about sound on Wednesday, maybe Thursday. And then Thursday, Friday, I'm thinking the learning across the curriculum or the Unit 3.2 review. Again, I don't know if I want to ask you all the questions for each of those, so please hold off doing those ones. So that was about all I wanted to talk to you in this video. I hope you all had a safe and happy holidays, and we're going to get back into the swing of things soon. If you can please complete the Chapter 3 glossary by copying it down into your books, and we'll get started tomorrow on the particle theory.